Morning LAP. It's Thursday, November 4th for another LAP Chairman's Report. Order bank for the 21 Escape, 10,973. Corsair, 1,925 for a grand total of 12,898 for the 2021s. They're looking at getting with scheduling right now since we have this week's a down week, and we know next week's going to be a down week. We're going to have to adjust the orders, so we got to go straight into the 2022s. So our order bank for the 2022 model, Escape, 23,680, Corsair, 3,852 for a grand total of 27,532. So we're almost back up to the 30,000 range where all of our units, our customers are wanting them. We got enough to produce. The trunk or treat over here at LAP was a huge success. We had over 300 and something kids come through. I appreciate all the volunteers from the lines in the plant and the production employees and assemblers. KTP people that come over helped us set up in tables and pass out candy to all the kids. We had some great looking costumes. I appreciate it. It was fun to see some of the adults dress up with their kids and matching costumes. So it was a great opportunity. I appreciate everyone coming out. KTP, I heard theirs was a major success as well. They had people lined up when the 2 o'clock hit to open the doors, and actually we ran out of candy. So next year we're going to need to try to make sure we get a lot more donations for candy. Even if it's bringing 1 bag or 2 bags in, anything helps. And like I said, it goes back out to all of our UAW members and families. So we appreciate everybody that participated, come by, helped out, set up, tear down. Thank you all. As you know, next week we have a holiday in that week, and with the holiday stipulations, you have to work the week prior to the holiday to get holiday pay. So last week was a layoff, so we didn't work. So next week, as you're well aware of, is going to be another down week. And if you didn't work last week, or if you didn't work this week, you do not qualify for holiday and short work week next week, so you will not have to claim that on your unemployment. So if you're not working this week, you won't get holiday pay or short work week next week by the national contract. So you don't need to claim those 8 hours. Leapfrog for our in-progression and TFTs and everybody that's been converted. After this video, I will post this letter so you can try to understand it, but I'm going to read through it kind of quickly. First of all, I want to give a big thank you out to the International UAW for fighting for all of us, and for Ford agreeing to resolve this issue ahead of time and before contract. It's a $50 million price tag on fixing the leapfrog issue across the country for all Ford employees. The wage disparity exists amongst 222 employees that meet the following guidelines. So that's everybody that's been or will be leapfrogged since 2018, 2019, 2020 that have worked at least 156 weeks of continuous service prior to January 4th, 2021. Employees hired in 18 and 19 as full-time that make less than $23.69 will be included, and employees converted in 2020 due to having 3 years of continuous service are included. So here's the settlement that everybody will be receiving. Employees will be paid a raise of $23.69. That's awesome. For the ones that are making $20.09, that's $3.60 on the hour. The employees will be back paid the difference between the current rate that they're getting and the $23.69 for every compensated hour, which is vacation, excused, jury duty, bereavement, any short work week hours or any overtime hours, from January 4th, 2021. That's this year, January 4th, 2021, for the week's work. If it happened to be in the same, most likely when they make this change, you'll probably see your hourly rate change. Then the following week, see the difference in the number of hours that the hours that were compensated or that you worked from January 4th up until the change takes place. So it won't happen the same week because the system only accepts one change, and if you put in two changes, they knock each other out. So it's coming. They got 90 days to institute this, and that started last week. So employees that worked 156 weeks prior to January 4th, 2021. So your next raise, so everybody that gets the raise in January 4th, 2021, your week counter is going to be changed to 156 weeks as of January 4th, 2021. If you work your 52 weeks, come January 2022, you're going to turn right back around and get the next incremental raise right off the bat, which is another $3 raise, which will put you at $24.72. So this is an outstanding win for us. You know, thank Ray Curry, Chuck Browning, and all the AAs up north with International UAW. This has been one hell of a fight that they've been going through. And with a price tag of $54 million and not having to open up the contract, that's outstanding, and we appreciate all the help. Our members appreciate it. Thank you for listening to myself and our bargaining committees across all locals. It's a big win for the UAW and our membership to get what's owed to them. I kind of did an example for anybody that's making the 2009 that may have worked every single hour and haven't missed any days without it being excused or vacation. You can take like an average of 850 hours, it comes to almost $3,000. That's a good job. So I will post this on the website after this video. Don't forget on Sunday, 2 a.m., we change the clocks back because it's spring forward, we're fall back, so we're actually going to gain an extra hour there this Sunday. The strike fund, I know it's been a while since we talked about the strike fund. It's currently at $811 million. Once we reach the $850 million mark, your union dues go back to 2 hours instead of the 2.5 hours. So there's a little bit more savings there. Should take approximately 4 to 6 months, depending on how the different UAW strikes go on around the country, but should be right on track to get back to the 2 hours of dues. Layoffs, as you know, we're laid off next week. That Robo Call should be going out today. And that's something I wanted to kind of touch on, like last week, trying to get the Robo Call out, trying to hurry up and get things done. It's a constant battle, it's a constant fight with Ford. They don't want to put out the Robo Call. They want to wait to the last minute to put the Robo Call out, just in case, just in case. So it's a constant battle to get them just to put out the Robo Call. I'm trying to get them to send us a copy of the Robo Call message so we can look over it, scan it, make sure it's right before it goes out. As you know, the last week, they put it out. As soon as I let it go to my voicemail, I listened to it on my voicemail, and it was wrong. Didn't say nothing about Monday. Left out Monday totally. So once we caught it, that's why you got another robocall. You know, we're trying to get ahead of the game and know what's going on, let the people know what's going on. So this week, I appreciate Joe Clersoto and Brian McGully and the team for getting us the information as soon as they did, as soon as they found out, so we could get something out, get something posted, so our members can make some plans and make adjustments at home for next week with their family, their wife, their kids, schooling, other jobs, whatever you have. So this week worked out good. Hopefully we can continue to try to get it. The plant has no control over it. It's all given from up north. But as soon as we get the information, my membership's going to be the first to get it. My committee's going to be first, and membership's going to be directly behind the committee. So I appreciate you being patient. We're trying to get that out to everybody and let them know. The 2022 launch, as I discussed earlier, they got to rework the schedule on the 2020 models, 2021 models. So the 2022 launch, we still haven't got the details if that's going to be moved or pushed into December or into January yet. So stay tuned on that as I get more information. Unemployment, I'll touch on a few things of unemployment. As you know, there's a million scenarios. Right now, it looks like the list is a little over 300 issues that people have problems. One of the things we're finding is we were laid off last week at Halloween time, and that became a new waiting week for a little over 200 and something employees. So if it shows up in the waiting week and it's blank, then you need to contact one of the bargainers so your name can get on the list. Text them. If you're showing 0 or it's got a date in it, that means that's being used as your waiting week, and you'll need to get a copy of that. Take that down to the Labor Relations, fill out a sub card so they can put in 100% sub. If you don't have a year's seniority yet, then you don't qualify for sub, and if that's your waiting week, then don't be expecting them to get any money. The IDMe, as everybody's getting, the whole state of Kentucky has to do the IDMe for their recognition. One of the things I found out this morning as I was talking to a couple people, go ahead and take a picture of your front and back of your driver's license ahead of time before you open up that app. You need to make sure you have a good connection, whether it be in Wi-Fi or in 5G. Make sure you have a strong signal. You already took the pictures of your driver's license front and back. Have that already in your gallery or in your photos, because when you try to download it and you're taking a picture immediately, it doesn't take. So got to be patient. Most everybody, it's taken about a whole hour to get through the whole process. So once you get that, you go through it'll send you an email, log into that email, because that's the only one that's going to take you to exactly where you need to go to through the email. Download your driver's license front, download your driver's back. It'll take you through a few more prompts. Make sure to verifying the number, verifying your social security number. Then it'll do a scan. It'll want to scan your whole face in recognition to make sure that matches with the driver's license. So if it doesn't have a good driver's license picture, it's scanning you to make sure you're saying who you are matches what's on the driver's license with the name and everything. So make sure you have a clear picture of your face, your name, and everything on your driver's license. Go through, it'll scan through, ask you a few more questions, and then it's successful. Take your time, be patient, but you gotta have good signal if you're gonna try. Phones seem to be working well. Computers, sometimes if you don't have a camera on your computer, you're not gonna get your facial recognition real well. And then you gotta go to your gallery on your computer to download those pictures that you just took for your driver's license. The same, internet, if you do all your claiming for your check on the internet, that process is the same. You need to make sure, we need to make sure you got your email address, you need to make sure you got your 12-digit password, your 8-digit PIN. Please make sure you have that information somewhere. I've got several people, whether they changed their email, they got another carrier, they can't find their 8-digit PIN. There's a lot of issues going on with those, so that it takes a little bit, because as you know, everybody in the state's doing the IDMe, so unemployment office again, overwhelmed, and it's going to take a while. We got 1 or 2 representatives that are working on all of our cases, and they may get to 5 to 10 on our Excel program, and that may be 2 or 3 days, they may get to another 10. So this is a slow process trying to get everything fixed, because everybody in the state is trying to do the same exact thing at the same time. I talked to Todd Dunn yesterday. We're going to try to get to the governor's office and try to talk to them, see what else we can do around this IDMe, if there's something we can try to do, if we can get somebody back over here at the hall, or what we can do to try to expedite our side and our process. So stay tuned for that. The phone calling, claiming your check, that's the same number, same process as before. The west parking lot, which is gates 20 and 30, are going to be closed next week. The new entrance and the new tire dock that's going in over on the red dock, apparently the power lines that run out to the lights and everything in that parking lot and gate have to be moved. So they're going to have to disconnect service, get everything moved, and the service be on. So you'll either have to park at Grade Lane, gate 50 or 60 over on the other side of the plant if you plan on coming in. Lastly, I'd like to touch on the Heaven Hill strike. As you know, that's over. They got a great contract. They're very happy. We received calls and letters from the president and chairman over there for everybody that went out, donated, walked the picket lines with them, honked your horns, showed your UAW. They were very appreciative, And it made me proud to receive a call from another local saying, hey, your members came out, you took care of us, we'll be there for you. So that goes a long way, and that's what the union's all about. All unions stick together. And that's something I want to touch on. Support all the locals, all the unions. When somebody's on strike, take an hour out of your day. Drop off a case of water. Drop off some, Little Caesars, go by, drop off 10 pizzas. We have to support each other and stay strong. So just like our trunk or treat, doing the picket line, I thank everybody on my committee and people that have donated and stood out on the picket lines to help people. We got a long road ahead of us, with the wages and everything and the people, and then like John Deere still on strike. There's a lot of stuff we got to do and keep supporting each other. So I want to leave you with a few things. What have you done this week or next week? What do you plan on doing to show you support your union? What are you doing? We are the union. That's all of us. What are you doing? Did you volunteer at the trunk or treat? Did you walk the picket line? Did you just wear your UAW shirt out and wear it proudly? We need people to step up and help do the little things to show the UAWs in the community we're here to help. So when we need things, we can get people to help us, whether it be locally, whether it be in the government. They need, you see them out somewhere, you see somebody talking somewhere, you got your UAW, hey, just want to say thank you for what you're doing. And they see that UAW. It means a lot. Be proud to be a UAW member in Louisville. When you go out of town, be proud to be a UAW member. Get involved. We have several, probably 20 standing committees that you can get involved in. Union meeting is next week, November 9th. It's over here at LAP, 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. Come by, sign your name up on one of the standing committees. You want to be involved. You want to do something. You want to help. Normally when we go to some of these events, it's the same 5 or 10 people, and you're like, hey, why are they always in the online? Why are they always here? Because they're the ones that go to the events. They're the ones that set it up, clean the table, sweep the floor, mop the floor every single time. The same 3 or 4 people that worked the UAW Golf Scramble came over here and worked the trunk or treat for LAP. We need more people involved. Come out and help. We'll find something that everybody can do. You can bring your spouse. Depending on your children's age, bring your children out. We always got stuff, and we always appreciate all the help. But the more people can get involved and help the UAW, help yourself. On behalf of myself, my committee, I'd like to wish everybody a safe weekend. Don't forget to set your clocks back. Enjoy your next week of layoff. They're saying, as usual, yes, we will start back up on the 15th. That is to be determined. This chip shortage, semiconductor, all of our suppliers, there's no end in sight till they're saying mid-2022. So that's June or July of next year. We're going to continue to go down this process. So please put money away and wait. Put your money in savings as you're getting it. You have to do other things because right now it's tough times for everybody. Christmas is coming. I'll end it at that. So God bless.